All I wanted to do was transplant in a couple of zucchini. But on the first hole I hit a rock. And I kept digging and digging. And I found this. It appears to be a steel bar about 1 by 2 inches and about 5 feet long. You never know what you're going to find in your garden. The zucchini are finally in the ground, and here's a couple of Supremo tomato plants. Today is Saturday, May 15th. It's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It's a beautiful day to be outside working in your garden. I planted 2 garden leader monsters, and here are 2 beefsteak. I have 24 tomatoes in the ground so far. I still have a few more to go. It's time to pick some lettuce from my very small victory garden. Here's a clip from about 6 weeks ago. You can see how much the plants have grown. It is Sunday, April 4th. Happy Easter. It's my very small victory garden. You can see that my lettuce plants really got burnt by the freezing weather we had last week. We had 2 days where the nights dropped into the mid-20s. But we may be done with all freezing weather for this spring, so I'm out here frantically planting. I just put in 2 rows of radishes and 3 rows of spinach. Some of these seeds are old, so I'm using them as a test. French breakfast radish, early scarlet globe, Great Noble spinach, 2 packages, one from 2020, the other from 2016, and then a package of Bloomsdale Longstanding from Southern States from 2017. Starting to see a little bit of slug damage in here, but overall the plants are doing well. It's a big pile of lettuce, and the plants will be ready to pick again in 7 to 10 days. Now that the lettuce has been picked, it's easier to see the radishes and spinach growing. This one right here is ready to pick. I've already pulled some radishes out, but I haven't started picking the spinach yet. I'm going to let it grow just a little bit longer before I start picking leaves. This is the first year I've had success growing spinach. I've tried before with no luck, and it made me think of 5 things that new gardeners do that prevent them from having a successful garden. So I'm just going to share those real quick. Number 5 is trying to grow too big a garden in your first year. You're much better off starting small. This very small victory garden is only 2.5 feet square. You can grow a lot of food in it. It's great experience, and when you're successful, you can always expand. As you can see this year, I added tomatoes to the outside of the garden. Number 4 is planting during the wrong time of the year. Spinach is a cool weather crop. It needs to go in the ground early. Tomatoes, on the other hand, are a warm weather plant. They can't survive any freezing weather at all, and they grow poorly when it's cool outside. So they're best put in the ground after the soil is a little warmer. Number 3 is trying to grow plants in bad soil. Maryland subdivisions, we just have red clay. There's really no topsoil, and I tried for years to get plants to grow with no luck. Eventually I turned to a lot of composting and also buying garden soil and compost. It's just not worth your time trying to grow in depleted soil. You'll never have any luck. And while you're building your soil, don't be afraid to use inorganic fertilizers. Your plants need food, and you can't enhance your soil fast enough. That's why raised beds with bagged soil or bulk soil are a great way to get started if you have bad dirt. Number 2 is water, weed, and feed. You need to have the time to make sure your soil doesn't dry out, to keep the weeds from getting out of control, and to fertilize when your plants need phosphorus, potassium, and nitrogen. Those 3 are the most important. Most of the micronutrients will already exist in your soil. And the number 1 reason new gardeners fail is they give up too easily. It took me a while to figure out how to grow lettuce. Now I can grow more lettuce than we can eat. This is the first year I've had any luck growing spinach, but now with the skills I've acquired, I'll be able to grow spinach as much as I want for as long as I want. So that's the most important thing. You're going to have some failures, but don't let them stop you. Just get out there, keep planting.